Welcome to News 9 Live, and you are watching On Point with me. And before I introduce you to today's On Points, let's take a quick look at the headlines. Israel marks anniversary of October 7th Hamas attack as West Asia conflict escalates. Israel's parliament lower flags at the half-mast in commemoration of October 7 victims. Ten firefighters killed by Israeli strikes in southern Lebanon. Stay with News 9 for exclusive ground report from war zone Lebanon. India and Maldives reboot ties, sign currency swap agreements as Moizu and Modi meet. "194 Naxals neutralized, 801 arrested in Chhattisgarh since January," says Home Minister Amit Shah. CBI files charge sheet in the Haji car case, says accused Sanjay Roy raped, murdered the doctor. Protest will continue till demands are met, says Ladakh activist Sonam Wangchuk. ADMK demands the resignation of Tamil Nadu Health Minister over Chennai air show incident. The exit polls project that the non-Cong, which is NC and Congress alliance, will have an edge in Jammu and Kashmir. However, they might fall short of a clear mandate. There will be space for friends and kingmakers. Senior Abdullah set the cat amongst pigeons when he spoke about who can help them.
We are hopeful that the alliance will form the government, and a stable government. That is what we are looking forward. How does it matter if we all work for the same thing, for improvement in conditions of people in the state, removing unemployment, removing all the distresses that have occurred in these 10 years, freedom of press, media? First thing we should do. We should have the right to say what is true and what is not true.
So when we talk about the PDP agrees that to come up with you, are you ready to do that? Are you ready to agree with them?
Why not? What is wrong with it? We can be rivals in elections, but if the aim is the same, that we want the good of the people of Jammu and Kashmir, I'll have no objections, and I'm sure Congress will have no objections.
So if you'll follow the
However, his son Omar Abdullah had to clarify the position. He said they haven't extended support, they haven't offered support, and we don't know what the voters have decided yet. So I really wish we could put a lid on all this premature speculation for the next 24 hours. Engineer Rashid said that even if the India bloc reaches majority, they must not form the government till the demand for statehood is met. He also says that the statehood was taken away from J&K due to the complacency of National Conference and Congress Party.
जो भी सरकार बनेगी यूनियन टेरिटरी की सरकार होगी और उसमें जो इलेक्टेड सरकार होगी उसके पास इख्तियारात बहुत कम होंगे। चनाच अब इलेक्शन हो गए और कल मेजॉरिटी किसके पास भी आती है वो अलग बात है। सरकार कोई भी बनाए, मुझे सिर्फ इतनी गुजारिश करनी है, 5 साल इन लोगों ने कुछ किया नहीं, गुपकार अलायंस, सो कॉल्ड रीजनल पार्टीज। अब अगर इलेक्शन हुआ तो मेरी हम्बल गुजारिश है, खास तौर से जो इंडिया ब्लॉक, पीडीपी, पीपल्स कॉन्फ्रेंस, बाकी अपनी पार्टी, बाकी पार्टियां, कि चलिए एक चीज पर आप तो यूनाइट हो जाइए। हमें पता है कि इंडिया अलायंस की मजबूरियां हैं, वोट तो उन्होंने कश्मीर से दिए, लेकिन 370 पर कांग्रेस ने खामोशी इख्तियार की। मैं इस वक्त कोई बिटरनेस ऐड नहीं करना चाहता हूं। मेरी एक सजेशन है इन सब से कि जब तक स्टेटहुड हमें ना मिले, कोशिश करें कि नई सरकार तब तक ना बने। अगर मेजॉरिटी भी मिलेगी, चाहे किसी अकेली पार्टी को मिले, अलायंस को मिले, या इंडिपेंडेंस का सपोर्ट चाहिए, या किसी और का सपोर्ट चाहिए, तो अच्छा रहेगा कि अगर ये सारी पार्टियां एक पॉइंट पर फोकस करके यूनियन गवर्नमेंट पर ये कहते हैं कि आप स्टेटहुड वापस दे दीजिए, इलेक्शन हो गया। अगर उमर साहब खुद कहते थे कि म्यूनिसिपैलिटी से ज़्यादा पावर इस सरकार के पास नहीं रहेगा, तो उन पर भी लाजिम है, पीडीपी पर भी लाजिम है, सब पर लाजिम है कि कम से कम एक छोटी सी चीज़ है, उतना बड़ा मसला है नहीं।
Omar Abdullah responded to Mr. Rashid and said that he's playing into the hands of the Bharatiya Janata Party. He said that the man goes to Delhi for 24 hours, comes back to play straight into the hands of the BJP. The BJP would like nothing more than to extend central rule in J&K if they aren't in a position to form the government. BJP, however, on the other side, is pretty much confident, and they say that they are going to form the government. Now, Ravindra Rana believes that they're very close to forming the government. And then there is a matter of the 5 nominated MLAs who will be appointed by the LG of J&K. Now, Iltija Mufti has alleged that all 5 MLAs nominated by LG are members of BJP or associated with the party, and termed it as a pre-result rigging. She said all the 5 MLAs nominated by LG are the BJP members. Now, she says that the brazen pre-result rigging and shameful manipulation is what has happened. Might as well have nominated all 90 members and served. And she said, why even hold elections? 1987's total election took J&K to the brink, yet no lessons learned. All of the 5 MLAs nominated by LG are BJP members or associated with the party. And then she went on to say that this is going to bring J&K to brink. Now, issue is, will these nominated MLAs be the game changer or the unity of India bloc? This is how I divide my conversation, and this is how I have decided to start my debate. I am joined by Ahmed Ali Fayaz, Ajit Gejha and Brijesh Pandey. I'll straight away go to Mr. Fayaz. Mr. Fayaz, you had suggested that there's a high possibility that the PDP will form the government. So my question to you is, who is going to be the game changer, sir? Is PDP going to be the game changer or these nominated MLAs, sir?
It appears that the National Conference Congress Alliance, I'm repeating, they are around 45 to 47 seats. And in that case, they may need the support of 1 or 2 MLAs, but I'm sure about it that they will be seeking the support of the PDP, and that in that case, PDP can prove to be a game changer, as Iltija Mufti had repeatedly said that PDP will be the kingmaker. These are her words. But on the other hand, the supporters of the BJP are maintaining that the 5 MLAs, they will be a game changer. I can tell you that they have the value of two votes in the assembly. I can explain this way. Had there been no nominated MLAs, a party or a coalition will need 46 seats. And in this case, when you have 5 nominated MLAs, number of the total MLAs becomes 95 and you need 48. So it is a difference of only 2. I don't think that they people are going to be game changer. They can be if there is a very tight contest. I don't feel that there is a tight contest. I still feel that the BJP will be less than 30, maybe at 28, 27, and National Conference will be around 34, 35. So in that case, I don't think that the nominated MLAs are any
Congress party, Fayaz, Congress party?
Congress party can be, because I have been saying that Congress party will be getting around 10 seats. So National Conference plus Congress party, they will be around 46, 47 seats. And in that case only, they will require the support of PDP, and PDP can be a game changer in that case.
Okay.
Congress party.
That was my question. So that was scenario 1, correct. This is scenario 1. So PDP a game changer in scenario 1. My question to
Yes.
Ajit, my question now is to Ajit. Ajit, anyway, the members have been nominated. So 3 polls have emerged. Mehbooba Mufti, nominated members, and engineer Rashid. आपके हिसाब से बॉल कहाँ घूमेगी?
See, I feel that the government will be formed by the India Alliance, NC Congress. Simply because if you go by the exit polls, none of us are gods. We don't know what will ultimately happen. So we rely on exit polls. The average of exit polls gives the India Alliance 40. So 40 out of 90. So they barely need 6 more. And according to me, PDP is not a game changer. PJP has no options. PDP cannot go back to the BJP as it did last time because it will be wiped off next time. So PDP will ultimately come to India Alliance, NC Congress. And if you remember, before the elections, the Congress wanted the PDP as part of the alliance. At that time, it was rivalry between the NC and PDP, because of which PDP was not able to join this NC Congress alliance. So I think there is no major kingmaker here at all. I think none of the kingmakers.
Okay, in the first scenario, you are saying there is no kingmaker. Okay, there is no kingmaker. Brijesh, if I say Ajit is saying there is no kingmaker, is it because that BJP is not crossing 30, 35?
It looks like that only. I think only in that eventuality, nobody will play the role of kingmaker, because if BJP is somewhere in the range of 25, 26, then the other parties have enough seats, and the independents and the the Jamaat-e-Islami and the Awami Ittihad party of engineer Rashid. I think if you calculate all of the thing, I think if BJP is somewhere in the range of 25, 26, I think there's going to be no game changer. But the other thing is also that I think nobody will be in a position of game changer, or nobody will want to play the game of game changer, because they know what will happen if the bloc, which is NC, Congress and PDP, they do not form government. Then the situation will be that they will, who knows, what happens in next 3 to 4 years. There might not be enough time for you to play politics. So I think everyone will gather together to make sure that they get a decent shot at power, which I think
last time Ram Madhav ensured that there is a BJP government in J&K. It was historic. What is your opinion? Has Ram Madhav been able to stem the tide because last minute he was sent? Or do you think that this time his management did not work? My question, was he able to stem the problem which was there in BJP before Ram Madhav took over again? Or this time?
No, I don't think Ram Madhav has been able to do much stemming the process, because for that you have to give that individual some amount of time. Ram Madhav was sent at the last moment. Barring a miracle, Ram Madhav would not have performed anything else. And at that point of time, BJP forming a government or coalition government with PDP, came as a shock to many. And the fact of the matter is that, that the PDP is still repenting that decision, given the fact that it was thrown at the margins of Jammu and Kashmir electoral gig. And that is the reason why I think that this time situation is going to be a lot more tough. If the BJP is not able to consolidate Jammu as they have been trying their level best, if the BJP is able to get its own house in order. If you remember, Karthikeya, once the tickets were distributed, there was a massive protest, and people and the other leaders and all took to streets to vent their anger. So I don't think that the BJP has been able to behave the way BJP used to behave pre-2024 era.
So Fayaz, now I'll come to the third person. What role engineer Rashid is going to play in next 48 to 72 hours?
Absolutely no role. I'm repeating that the total number of the seats he is winning will be between 2 and maximum 3. I believe only 1 to 2. So I don't think that he has any role.
You are saying that engineer Rashid, who was a giant killer in Lok Sabha elections, will have no role?
Yes, absolutely no role.
Why?
Because it was a completely different situation when he was contesting elections. I'm repeating that we had 18 segments in North Kashmir. He had lead in 14 segments. This time we have seen from all ground reports that his lead is never at more than 2 segments or 3 segments.
3 segments. So basically you are saying that Rashid's campaign this time will turn out to be a whimper, not like Lok Sabha.
completely different from that. In the Lok Sabha elections, nobody contested Engineer Rashid. Sajjad Lone and Omar Abdullah contested each other. They abused each other. None of them confronted Engineer Rashid. This time, all of them in a competition were confronting Engineer Rashid. They said that he has been sent by New Delhi to Srinagar. They created an impression that he is BJP's man in Kashmir. In these circumstances, it is not possible for Engineer Rashid to win 3 seats in the House of 90 in Jammu and Kashmir.
Ajay, tell me one thing. Despite immense effort put by Bharatiya Janata Party to create a new breed of social media influencers, imagine Shaila Rashid is supporting Bharatiya Janata Party's position in Kashmir. Number of influencers. Why have they failed to make a dent in J&K? Let's be pretty blasé about it. Is it because BJP is still considered to be a party which is seen as foreign in context of the traditional Kashmiri politics?
See, look at the election from the perspective of a Kashmiri first, right? Article 370 abrogated, statehood is taken away, Article 311C, whereby anyone can be terminated based on security agencies' report without any interrogation, has been imposed. Thousands of youngsters on pure allegation or pure suspicion are behind the jails. Compound this with other problems of unemployment, inflation, the entire bulldozer culture in the rest of the country against Muslims, the way Kashmiris are treated by the establishment. How do you think, whatever you might do, whoever you might bring, social media, any kind of leadership from the top, how do you think Kashmiris will vote for that? Just think of it. Suppose you and I were Kashmiris, we would never vote for the BJP because everything that the Kashmiris enjoyed has been taken away from them. Mr. Modi came to power in 2014. Kashmir hasn't had an election for the last 10 years. In fact, honestly, this election is being done because the Supreme Court wanted so, not the central government. All the Kashmiris know that. So how do you think the BJP will win except some Hindu votes in Jammu? That's their only way. So given the social composition of the state, whatever BJP does, it will not win an election. Now, what they did last time, fortunately, the PDP did well. So they formed an alliance with the PDP. The PDP realized after those 3 years that they got wiped out. People hate the PDP for joining hands with the enemy. So the PDP is also, it doesn't have any choice.
So basically, Ajit, you are saying there will be parts in India, my deduction from your assessment is there will be parts of India which will not concur to Hindutva plus welfareism politics.
Right, absolutely. I agree, totally. See, first 10 years when Mr. Modi was there, the narrative was one-sided. The other narrative, the challenging narrative of the constitution, of caste surveys, of autonomy to states hadn't picked up. Fortunately, in the Lok Sabha, and thanks to Rahul Gandhi sticking adamantly to the caste survey and constitution, we have an alternative narrative. That narrative has not won over Hindutva, but it is challenging Hindutva in a major way, just like at one time, there was a contest and serious challenge between Mandal and Kamandal. So now we have a better challenge in the rest of the country. And that is what we are seeing in Haryana, in J&K. We might see that in Maharashtra. So there is a more even challenge. There is a more serious challenge to Hindutva. And the BJP will do better if they understand that and try and, adopt to that.
So, going by Ajit, Brijesh, so BJP will have to be happy with a consolation prize in the sense that we are happy with the success of the democratic process?
Well, I mean, if you lose, you can say anything which you want to. I might call it democratic process, success, failure, or we have been forced by, as you know, everybody knows. See, the fact of the matter is that, Karthikeya, once you start mistaking leaders for social media influencers, I think this is something which is bound to happen. I'm not going to say that, you know, what these exit polls are right to the T, and the BJP might win a couple of seats more or less, or tomorrow a situation changes. But if you analyze the entire situation, imagine Ram Madhav, who has been put on a back burner, completely, you know, discarded, is dusted and brought back into the theatre, and, you know, people, the BJP leadership hoped that, you know, this situation will change. It didn't. Engineer Rashid won Baramulla with a historic mandate, stunning even, you know, the mighty Omar Abdullah, which forced Omar Abdullah to take his cap in his hand and say that, you know, I bow before you. The reason why Engineer Rashid won was that because his incarceration in jail was his legitimacy. He was considered to be legitimate because he was incarcerated by, as they say, the government of India. His exit from the jail discredited him. And that is the reason why, you know, there are many who believe that he is being sent or seen as an agent of Delhi rather than a legitimate Kashmiri undergoing incarceration.
Okay, two quick questions to you, Fayaz. Why hasn't BJP done well in Jammu? And why is NC-Congress alliance working in Valley? What is making them work? When Omar Abdullah himself lost elections, what is working for them in Valley? And why is BJP not doing very well in Jammu? I mean, say, in terms of Hindutva, they have doubled down. They have delivered. The seats in Jammu have gone up. I mean, so whatever their electorate wanted, they have done it.
First, I'll tell you about Jammu. In Jammu, there was a strong Modi wave in the 2014 elections, Assembly as well as the Lok Sabha elections, and again, a larger Modi wave in the 2019 Lok Sabha elections. Because of that, BJP won most of the seats in Jammu, and they retained to a great extent that number because they won both the seats, but they got less vote. You must have noticed that in the Lok Sabha elections this year. People in Jammu have been angry with the BJP for different reasons, different from Kashmir. The first reason is that the people of Jammu are saying that they're complaining that most of the contracts and government jobs and everything has been taken away by outsiders. This is there is a complete we find it is all pervading disappointment in sections of population in Jammu, which was not there in 2014. I myself attended Mr. Modi's rally, Lalkar rally, on 1st of December 2013. There were 1 lakh people in that rally. We don't see that big rallies this time in Jammu, either for the Prime Minister or for the Home Minister. So they have their own reasons. Then another reason is there is some internecine bickerings within the BJP itself. You must have noticed that Mr. Ram Madhav was brought at the 11th hour. Mr. Tarun Chugh was otherwise holding the charge of the in-charge Jammu and Kashmir. So these are some indications. Most of the people are telling us that even the BJP's state president, now you can see UT president, Mr. Ravindra Rana, is himself losing in Naushera. Very credible reports we are getting from that place. Okay. Then another thing is that BJP's vote is limited to the Dogra heartland, that is Udhampur, Jammu, Samba and Kathua, this axis. As far as the Chenab and Pir Panchal valleys are concerned, or districts are concerned, it's a mix. You have a fairly large population of Muslims there. Congress, PDP, National Conference, everybody has votes there. It's a fact that they got very less number of seats in 2014 assembly elections.
Okay. So this is the reason, the Jammu, why BJP is doing well. They're confined to the Dogra land. Yeah. But why is NC doing well in Kashmir?
NC is doing well in Kashmir, particularly because of the fact that the BJP is being held responsible for taking away the semi-autonomous states of Jammu and Kashmir in August 2019. So BJP's claim was that we are making Naya Kashmir. We are getting people's support here. Nobody knew it until the Lok Sabha elections took place. Now this is a litmus test to their claim. It has been turned into a sort of a referendum by the National Conference people in Kashmir. Not exactly in Jammu, but in Kashmir. They are claiming that everybody is against it.
Okay.
So the people are rallying behind Omar Abdullah and
Fayaz, you have put it very beautifully, for our viewers, you have put it very beautifully, that they have turned into referendum and BJP has not been able to go beyond the Dogra issue. But, at the end of the show, I thank both of you. My understanding is, going by what the guests have said, that the BJP has not been able to presidentialize this election in J&K. These elections have been fought on local issues. And it is for this reason BJP is finding it difficult to come in the race. Because the election was on jobs, the elections were on the contracts, the elections were on the state issues. And it is this reason you find that the BJP is confined. And as Fayaz very rightly said, when the elections became presidential in 13-14, 1 lakh people had come in Jammu for the rally, which you don't see, and this time those rallies aren't even big. So at the end of the program, I leave you with the bite of Bharatiya Janata Party leader who says that they are very close to forming the government, but then the polls are saying something else.
एग्जिट पोल के जो रिजल्ट्स हैं वो उत्साहजनक हैं और मेरा मानना है कि जो एग्जिट पोल होते हैं वो अनुमान होते हैं, ओपिनियन। रिजल्ट 8 तारीख को आएंगे। ये जो एग्जिट पोल अलग अलग टेलीविज़न चैनल्स ने दिखाए हैं, मुझे लगता है कि बीजेपी का आंकड़ा इससे बढ़ेगा। 35 के करीब बीजेपी अपने दम पर विधायक बीजेपी के जीतेंगे और बीजेपी की सपोर्ट से जो इंडिपेंडेंट कैंडिडेट्स हैं और कुछ लाइक माइंडेड ग्रुप्स चुनावों के बाद 8 तारीख चुनावों की गिनती के बाद जब जीत के आएंगे तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी के समर्थित 12 से 15 इंडिपेंडेंट कैंडिडेट जीते।